Nestled in the northwestern corner of Suzhou is a legendary landmark that can be traced back to 2,500 years ago when Suzhou was first founded. The feedback we got from our last video really surpassed our expectations. Most of you wanted to see more historical landmarks, so today we have set out to a special location for you. The great literature Suzhou once said what a lifetime of pity it is if you have been to Suzhou without a visit to Tiger Hill. So what do you say? You ready to hit the road? Oh, and before we go, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it'll really help us out a lot. It seems that today there's going to be probably like almost no people, but this is our destination. This is China's version of the Leaning Tower. And while this one was actually constructed before the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and we're not quite sure which one began leaning first, but China considers this to be their own little version of it.
We need to buy a ticket before we enter the scenic area. So we are looking for the ticket office,
Which should be right up here. So we have gone inside, and now we get to buy our ticket. So we have the entry time between 12 and 8. It's for 2 people. And confirm. Total price is going to be 140 yuan. So after we pay, they now give us just one ticket? I think we scan it twice. They don't care about us. This is one of China's 6 leaning towers. It is known as the first leaning tower in China and is located on top of the Tiger Hill in Suzhou. The Tiger Hill Pagoda is also known as the Cloud Rock Temple Pagoda and was built in 959 AD and completed in 961. It is the earliest existing ancient tower in Suzhou, built more than 200 years earlier than the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. Tiger Hill Pagoda has 7 floors and is 48.2 meters high. In history, the Tiger Hill Pagoda has experienced 7 fires, which has destroyed all of the wooden eaves and other integral parts of the structure. The surviving parts are mainly brickwork, which is why the tower now looks like a bamboo shoot. Since the end of the Ming Dynasty, the tower body has gradually tilted to the northwest. The reason for this is the difference in soil quality in the foundation, which has caused one side to collapse. The maximum tilt angle is 4 degrees, so in order to protect the Tiger Hill Pagoda, the government started maintenance work in 1956. In 1957, during the repair work on the 2nd to 4th floors, resulted in the discovery of a large number of cultural relics from the late Tang Dynasty to the 5 dynasties of Uyue Kingdom. With items ranging from exquisite Buddhist scriptures to ancient paintings, they have been restored to their former glory, all of which are now preserved treasures and are on display at the Suzhou Museum. So if you are interested, you can go there to visit them. Tiger Hill, with its 2,500-year-long history, is full of mysterious legends and historical allusions. The most mysterious of them are all related to King He Liu of Wu Kingdom. It is long speculated that this is the burial place of He Liu and that there are 3,000 swords buried here with him. This reputation has led rulers such as Emperor Qin Shi Huang of the Qin dynasty and King Sun Quan of the Three Kingdom period to come here in search of swords. In 1955, when Tiger Hill Scenic Area was repaired, the water in this pool was drained and it was discovered that there were caves below with large rocks blocking the way. This was suspected to be the Tomb Gate, According to the burial style of the spring and autumn period, you should be able to enter the tomb by removing the big stones. However, if the tomb of King He Lu were to be excavated, it might cause devastating damage to the unstable Tiger Hill Pagoda on the mountain, so the excavation was not carried out. On the cliffs around the sword pool, you can see many engravings of calligraphy work, which are traces of ancient literatures and poets who have visited here. The engravings have rich cultural connotations and have helped to tell us the stories of the past. When King He Lu died, his son Fu Chai took his place as the new king of Wu State. In order to protect He Lu's tomb from the grave robbers and keep this location a secret, Fu Chai ordered the death of the thousands of craftsmen who built the tomb. So this stone formation is called the Thousand People Rock. The tale goes that if you visit on a rainy day, you can see the blood of the 1,000 men spilled on the stone, and the rocks here will exhibit a faint red color. The real reason for this is actually because the iron oxide in the stone is being washed out by the rain. While it did rain during our visit, we did not notice any distinct blood-like colors. We have another perspective of the sword pond down below. Oh, make sure you, I don't know, make sure you take care of that because,
Don't drop your phone.
yeah. Not far from the sword pool is the sword testing stone. One day, King He Lu asked Ganjiang and Mo Ye, who are a famous couple for making swords, to cast an extremely sharp sword. In order to test the sharpness of the sword, he thrust it into the stone, and the stone was split. While this sounds like a remarkable story if true, we think it may have been embellished over time. There are many plots of forest located in the scenic area, with bamboo trees and flowers growing around you at every turn. Walking through this scenic area, you can hear the calm wind breeze, birds singing, and the water flowing. It feels like a little nature paradise right here in the city. This has become a popular destination for people to take photos in the forests wearing the traditional Chinese clothing. The Tiger Hill scenic area is not large, but we found that there are many ancient tombs here, among which the story of Zhen Niang's tomb is the most special. Zhen Niang was a rather unique person. Her birth name was Zhen. In unfortunate events, her parents died when she was young and she fled to Suzhou. Not long after arriving, she fell into work at a brothel outside Changmen. Although she was a prostitute, she remained chaste and only accompanied guests in singing, dancing, calligraphy, and painting. At that time, there was a wealthy man in Suzhou named Wang Yinxiang. He bribed the brothel keeper with a large sum of money and attempted to stay overnight with her. Zhen Niang knew that it was difficult to escape this, so in order to maintain her chastity, she hanged herself. This shocked him, so he built this tomb for Zhen Niang in her memory. He also made a solemn vow that he would never marry again in this life. At Tiger Hill, you will not only find ancient pagodas and historical legends, but you will also find tranquil garden landscapes, so you can fully experience the exquisite and ingenious landscaping of Jiangnan classical gardens here. With the bamboo forest, the tea leaves, and all this lush green forest around you. I might just want myself a cup of tea.
Suzhou is a water town with many rivers and bridges, and the Shantang Street is the most representative of Suzhou's streets and alleys. If you plan to visit Shantang Street, you can take a riverboat here from the south gate of Tiger Hill Scenic Area. The river cruise is about 25 minutes long and costs only 50 yuan per person.
我们去那个山塘街。
2位。
对。
我扫你。
好。
好，
一起，马上过船了。好，下一班。OK。
身份证，好的。
So here is the dock. Oh, and we can see the route. This is South Gate. We are here. This is the place we take the boat. And then we come from the north.
Well, we have arrived to the dock where we can get on the boat, and yeah, first in line.
Here is the ticket. 50 yuan per person.
So actually, we've been waiting here in line, and they told us 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, and now it's already 15 minutes.
15 minutes. So now we have accumulated a whole line of other people, but we're still first. And actually, I guess they're going to bring 2 boats because this is more than enough people to fit on 1 boat, so they're going to have 2. Finally, the first boat has come.
I guess we can sit in the front. This
都行，这边。
Established during the Tang Dynasty over 1200 years ago, Shantang Street is regarded as the first street of Suzhou. The total length is about 3,600 meters, which is about 7 Chinese miles. So it is also called Qili Shantang to Huqiu. Along the route, you will see many other historical buildings and pass under several bridges. The white walls, black tiles, and the small bridges over flowing water all showcase the unique lure of the Jiangnan water towns. This area with more than 1200 years history, known for its bridges, canals, and gardens, it is often referred to as the Venice of the East. In the past, it was an extremely important market hub for commercial transport and trade. If you take the boat around sunset, you will be rewarded with romantic views, and even get the chance to see the bustling streets light up at 6:55 p.m. Starting from the year 825, Guizhou, a renowned Tang Dynasty poet, was transferred to Suzhou as governor. He began construction of the river canals, and later a road parallel with the river on the north bank was constructed.
While we had planned to continue shooting a little longer, we were forced to cut the evening a bit short due to the overly crowded streets and the weather. Overall, it was a nice day and we learned a lot. If you visit Tiger Hill without learning some of the stories first, you might think it is just an ordinary place, but for the Chinese people, it is held in high regards, and there is a saying that Tiger Hill is half of Suzhou's history. We hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop us a comment below and consider subscribing. See you all in the next one. Alright, so it is almost 9 o'clock now, and we got rained on a bunch. Our camera batteries began dying. There was so many people, we could barely move. Lots and lots of umbrellas hitting us in the head, especially me. Our drone kind of crashed a little bit. She stuck her finger out and hit the propellers. And yeah, just been a really long day, so gonna feel good to finally drive home for an hour and a half, and we should arrive somewhere around 9:50, or sorry, 10, I guess 10:30 or so, 10:15, 10:30. And yeah, long day, and then tomorrow all day editing, so I'm looking forward to that. And I hope that we got enough footage for you guys to really articulate and show, you know, the beauty of this place, because it really is a nice place, especially after the rain. It's really beautiful and peaceful, and yeah, it's a good time. I would recommend it to anybody who wants to visit Suzhou. I would recommend that you come here to Tiger Hill and even Shantang Street.
Shantang Street.
Okay, so it is extremely wet, and well, there's really just not much we can do to film more here, because we didn't bring umbrellas, we didn't bring raincoats, our equipment is going to get soaked, and our drone is crashed at the moment, so we pretty much just have to go home. And at the moment, we have to walk in the rain, so hopefully we'll get there soon. Seems this one is having a problem with mosquitoes at the moment.
I hate mosquitoes.
So while walking around, we actually have just stumbled across this tomb, and this wasn't originally in our plan, but upon some investigation while here, we learned that his name was Chen Chubing.
上海面、牛肉面、solid to beef、25 yuan。
Okay, so for mine, I promise I did not eat any of it yet, but really just look at how, I mean, there's like 11 pieces of beef in here. This is so little. That's my noodles. I have so much noodles. Tiana. So my other camera is pretty much dead. It needs to charge for a little while. And we are on our way walking to, I guess we're still walking to Shantang Street, or maybe a different area. I'm not entirely sure, but we're walking. It's raining, and I don't think it's gonna stop.